Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update my 1000 Days Challenge. This is day 952, so let's get things started. Just do a very quick run through update itself. So looking across the board, we definitely do see further downside, especially for the US equity and also for crypto itself. So very clearly yesterday itself, we actually did try to open near the high of it, and we did actually push to the upside, but it was clearly rejected, and it was a strong rejection towards the end of the day itself. So this is a very clear sign of a strong rejection. I did mention that even though this is a potential sign of support, and unless you can open higher, which is the confirmation number one, the second thing is that we wanted to close above. And this is where the second part of it did not fulfill itself. As you can see, they actually have a very strong bearish downside. So similarly for S&P 500, even though we open near to the top, we push again higher, but we actually even managed to sustain it and actually close all the way near the bottom itself. But tentatively, Nasdaq is still a little bit more bullish because it could still form a double bottom formation itself. On the other hand, if you're looking in terms of, say, ASHR itself, I mean S&P 500 definitely is a very clear break towards the downside. But on the bright side, it could also be a fifth wave kind of a falling wedge diagonal. But we do need to break this out very strongly. And in addition to that, we have to bounce off very strongly out of here. That's the very key thing that I would say. Otherwise, it definitely does look like we could have much further downside because first and foremost, this was the 0.61 Fibonacci retracement level bounce. And failing to see a very strong bounce over here, breaking below is definitely not a good sign that we want to see in that sense. All right, and then moving along in terms of China equity itself, we definitely do see a little bit further downside itself, like what I mentioned. Once we break back into here itself, I still do need to further downside. But similarly, like what I said, it could be a falling bullish wedge. I mean, in this case, it could be wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and this could be the fifth wave. But what we want over here is that right now is potentially forming, is that we want a very strong bounce above it and close above it, and then a continuation towards the upside, and that will give a very clear confirmation of a shift of momentum, and that this pattern has completed by itself. And similarly for KY, similarly 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But of course, the nicest I've seen across S&P 500, ASHR, and KY, I still do think that ASHR forms one of the nicest kind of a bullish falling wedge in that sense. And then over in terms of Bitcoin wise, I don't necessarily think there's a bullish falling wedge. It doesn't form a very nice pattern. You can see that this middle potential wave itself is actually the shortest, so not exactly kind of a typical elliott wave formation itself. I could think that more likely itself is due to the Silvergate fiasco itself that is currently happening right now. But of course, potential support-wise, if you're looking in terms of that, we still have somewhere along here on the daily chart itself, and also in terms of 0.61 Fibonacci retracement level. So if you're trying to catch in terms of price support itself, then tentatively I would say this would be a potential zone. So looking in terms of that, the potential entry, because it's a very sharp drop, I do expect a very sharp bounce as well. In terms of potential entry wise, I'll put very near towards the low over here. Stop loss would be right around here, and then a bounce wise would be somewhere along here. Yeah, this would be a potential area that I'm looking at. For decent risk to real setup, in fact, I'll actually lower this a little bit. I do expect it to spike a little bit lower. Of course, that's basically a risk. But otherwise, this will be my potential setup that I'm looking at. Reason being is very simple. It's the fact that over here, I do see potential support over here, here, and also the fact that it's a 0.61 Fibonacci retracement level. I place all the way between 0.618 and the red horizontal support as well. And in addition to that, in terms of stop loss wise, I place it over here, giving myself a little bit of a tight room in terms of breathing room. In case if it does spike a little bit, it wouldn't be triggered. And in terms of risk to reward wise, I'll put it over here. If you look in terms of the top to the bottom wise, in terms of Fibonacci retracement level, potentially we do hit there, then there could still be a 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level, which will still be extremely healthy and still give me a very good risk to reward setup. All right, with that said, I've come to the end of the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.